it's Kelly Timecat. I'm going to review Cocaine Bear 2023 now. I was trying to figure out which film to review next, and I decided to watch the trailers to help me choose. Watching the Cocaine Bear trailer clinched it, and it helped melt the things I disliked about the film. It's weird, but now I feel I've watched the trailer, I kind of love it. And if I'd thought that for a few minutes before I'd seen the trailer, I would have said, seriously? Go figure. It's a comedy horror, and my heart sank slightly when I saw the British Board of Film Classification, BBFC, certificate warning. Strong gore, violence, drug references, language, not really a problem. In fact, on the trailer elements, you'll see I've left in the expletives, so content warning for anyone who wants to avoid Anglo-Saxon language. However, strong gore. Its rating on Threat and Horror is 3 out of 5, and I wanted to know how bad it would get, as I am squeamish. That is despite giving blood in the last week. I hate the sight of blood, even the thought of blood, and I'm not sure why, but I just find it really difficult. And yet, whilst I can, and I do get through films that feature gory stuff every so often try and avoid it, I do find it very uncomfortable. Next month, I'll talk about a film I saw in the noughties that had a huge impact on me, and a particular scene was incredibly psychosomatically difficult to watch. I avoid a lot of horror films these days because of that, the gore. So not so keen on slasher films for that reason. Especially gratuitous bleeding. I've seen war films, I've seen documentaries, and whilst I don't like it, it seems more purposeful, so happy to stomach some of that. But when it comes to comedy horror, I do allow myself some horror, as it often isn't that bad. Comedy horror often gets a laugh for the ridicule, the complete darkness of a situation, and largely I think that's the case with Cocaine Bear. However, I think the BBFC's more detailed classifications, something that I've only just found by looking it up almost a week after seeing the film, just about gets it right. Well done, film classification people. I've had to think about the most recent gory film I remember seeing, which was Revenge 2017, and the BBFC didn't seem to use the school-based breakdown back then. Anyway, I was bowled over by that film. I think it's an absolutely awesome movie. In fact, I must watch it again and review it here, and I'll talk about my love-hate paradox of gore and blood and horror in general in that film. Back to this Cocaine Bear. It's directed by Elizabeth Banks, and let me explain how it has kind of grown on me in a strange way now that I've seen this trailer. As I entered the cinema, I noticed there was a poster that said, inspired by true events. And I mentioned this when posting that I was going to see the film on Facebook. A friend responded to mention how the filmmakers often mean we took a true story and elaborated a lot for dramatic effect. I would say that's very true in this case. Look at what really happened with Pablo Escobar in 1985. Very brief summary. On 11th September 1985, a drug smuggler was abandoning a plane and he dumped 40 plastic containers of cocaine because the bag was too heavy, and he was killed shortly afterwards when his parachute failed to open. Just before Christmas that year, the Georgia Bureau of Investigation reported finding a bear who had ingested cocaine. Their chief medical examiner described the bear's stomach being full to the brim with cocaine. So that's the true element. Then there is this. Wait, who's this? Isn't that not the chap from IKEA? It is indeed Scott Zase. How wonderful that he's actually made it into Hollywood. Really enjoyed the clips that were posted on YouTube, I think originally on TikTok, maybe Instagram, Twitter. Scott plays a paramedic and he does a great job. Paramedic Tom, along with Carl Yoon Kim, who plays Beth. They've been called out to a ranger's building in the Chattahoochee Forest in Georgia. It looks like it's the southern end of the Appalachian Trail, and we first get to meet a couple who are hiking and cannot believe their luck at seeing the bear. Oops. Yep, the first gory scenes are about to manifest. Meanwhile, Sari, played by Kelly Russell, is a mom concerned that her daughter Dee Dee has gone walking in the forest with her friend Henry. They come across these strange packets that have been dropped dropped from an aeroplane. They try it before spotting the bear. Meanwhile, Sari, who hears a news report about the discovery of cocaine, is obviously quite worried about her daughter, and so she heads into the forest trying to find her little one. She's wearing a cerise shell suit, and there's plenty of 80s references from the style, the fashion, the music, the vibe I really enjoyed. It's a little trip down memory lane. The bear is rabid. It's completely wild, and soon it's wreaking havoc in a highly destructive path. It involves a whole posse of people, from some delinquent teenagers who just ventured into the park to mug people. There's this park warden, a ranger, Liz, played by Margot Martindale. There's Isaiah Whitlock Jr., who plays Bob. And then there's the drug fixers, and the key character here is Ray Liotta, who plays Sid. He's a drug baron, quite intimidating. And then there's the people who are sent out to try and sort out the problem by recovering all the missing packages. So there's just a whole pile of people getting embroiled in the rather messy and dangerous events. There's also a drug enforcement agent who has the upper hand some of the time. Quite a few of the characters get mauled by the bear sticky ends. They get very sticky ends in some cases. It's just messy, it's awful, quite bloody at times, as just warned earlier, and yet there's a lot of humour. I'm glad to have watched the trailer. It's really worth watching the trailer. It gives you a good semblance, a good indication of what the film is like, so you can decide for yourself if it's for you. I think there is even a couple of gory scenes. What score? I'll give it 7 out of 10. So it was funny in a very deft way, and I can forgive the discomfort, the unpleasantness, because I did laugh quite a lot, and now I've been smiling again, having seen the trailer. So that's my summary overall. I'd love to know what you think about the film. Just today I've come across there are some newspaper articles, people who don't like the film and just think it's rubbish, stuff in the tabloids saying some of the audience were disappointed, but I'll give it a fairly good write-up. So as usual, thanks for watching. Bye for now.